Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Thursday, November 16th, 2023. Welcome to day 1031. The Senate approved a temporary funding measure to avoid a government shutdown, sending the measure to Biden's desk for his signature before the Friday night deadline. The bill sets up two funding deadlines in early 2024, with roughly 20% of the federal government running out of money on January 19th and the remaining 80% on February 2nd. The legislation finances the government at current spending levels and contains no policy conditions, which has enraged far-right Republicans. The laddered deadlines are designed to allow the House and Senate to negotiate and pass the 12 full-year spending measures. Meanwhile, George Santos will not seek re-election after the House Ethics Committee found substantial evidence that he violated federal criminal laws. The bipartisan report found that Santos engaged in a complex web of illegal activity, blatantly stole from his campaign, and sought to fraudulently exploit every aspect of his House candidacy for personal financial gain. The report concluded that Santos cannot be trusted. The Ethics Committee unanimously voted to refer the evidence to the Justice Department, while Santos has rejected calls for him to resign. Moving on, Israeli Defense Forces raided Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital for the second time in 24 hours, searching for evidence that the hospital was used as a Hamas command center. Israel is facing growing international pressure to provide concrete evidence of extensive Hamas infrastructure at the facility in order to justify them sending troops into a hospital, which has special protections under international humanitarian law. So far, the IDF has released photos and videos of AK-47s, hand grenades, military uniforms, and laptops, which it says is Hamas material found inside the hospital. The body of an Israeli hostage who was kidnapped on October 7th was also found near the complex, but the IDF still has not provided any evidence of tunnels or a Hamas command center, which it claims exists underneath the hospital, a claim that Hamas and hospital staff have denied. News outlets and other third-party and international organizations have been unable to verify either side's claims. Leading up to the raids, Israel and the United States said they had intelligence that said Hamas was using the hospital as a command center. That information has not been shared publicly. Humanitarian groups, meanwhile, condemned the raids on the hospital and said Israel's actions highlight the need for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire, which Israel and the United States have rejected. And finally, an appeals court judge temporarily lifted Trump's gag order in the ongoing New York civil fraud trial, clearing the way for Trump to resume attacking the judge and the court staff. The judge initially imposed the gag order against Trump to prevent him from making statements about court staff, citing security risks. Since then, Trump has been fined twice for a total of $15,000 for violating the gag order, which was imposed after he attacked court staff on social media. The appeals judge, however, raised concerns about restricting Trump's free speech. The pause will remain in place until at least November 27th, when a full panel of appeals court judges will consider the matter. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.